I think building your business case is once you've decided that this is something that you want to do and you've understood why you want to do it and you've understood what the risks are, but also, of course, the reward. Try and be very clear about what it is you bring. So typically, 3 reasons why somebody's going to be hired to a board. Firstly, the professional qualification and background. So in most countries, you have the audit committee, for which you need to be a qualified accountant. So if there are qualified accountants, CFOs, finance directors on this call, then that's an instant qualification to join a board. Equally with the remuneration committee, if there are HR directors or people that are involved in the remuneration agenda, again, you've got a very sound qualification to join a board. Second reason, clearly those people that understand in detail what is happening within the sector, probably have an operational background within that sector, which currently is non-conflicting, but maybe there's something in their past, or maybe it's sufficiently close without being a conflict. And then thirdly, perhaps the situation that organization is in. So maybe it's going through a digital transformation that you can help them with. Maybe it's going through a complete remodeling of the business, which again, you have experience of. So a circumstantial, situational opportunities that may give you that pathway. But first and foremost, build your business case and be very clear about what it is you bring. Secondly, I mentioned this a while ago, once you've decided that you are going to do this, you need to make sure that your employer is happy with that. And there might be joint ventures that you're not aware of, that the organization may be going in a direction that you're not aware of. Just be very clear that you don't do anything that may prove in the near future to be a conflict, because the last thing you want to do is have to step off a board early. And certainly you want your employer to be invested in your development, particularly if you are somebody that is on that succession plan.
So on that point, there's a question about what's the best way to approach an employer about this. Any thoughts on that?
I think you need to be realistic whether it's the right time to do it. So there are people that may certainly do it too early, and actually, you need to be towards the top of an organization, particularly if you're going for a for-profit organization, particularly a public company. So if you are, 2 to 3 years away from getting close to the EXO or certainly part of the leadership of that organization, I would wait. If you are there already and it's something that that you believe you've got a business case for, then you speak, I think in the first instance, either to your group HR director or to your immediate hiring manager. And just, again, be very clear to articulate to them why it is you're doing it, what you're seeking to gain from it, what the benefits would be to your own organization. Going back to what I said about bringing learnings back the mothership, that's all very important.
And if you can just add to that as well, I would also say look at your own organization executive team and see are they on external boards or not. If they're not, maybe that's a clue that perhaps it's frowned upon, and maybe the CEO won't let you do it to start with. But if they are, then maybe the best person to start with, have a conversation with, and say, hey, how did you do it? What did you learn? How, what's the best way to do it in this company, and get their support as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I talked about networking. Just make sure that once you have that clearance, let everybody in your network know that this is something that you're wanting to do. If you can, connect with the non-executive board members of your own organization. Connect with maybe some of the professional advisors, so the audit firm, the law firm, the organization that looks after you from an investment perspective. But really maximize that network and make sure that your basic things like your LinkedIn profile, make sure that your LinkedIn profile is positioning you and confirms that business case that you're putting forward. I think in this day and age of transparency and global exposure, it's really important that everything is aligned and really sells you as a potential board member to the best of your ability.
And
once you've done that,
maybe I'll add that onto that, because depending on which company you're working in or you have worked in, some of those companies may have alumni that you can tap into who are now on board. So if you work in large companies like GE or Citibank or Procter and Gamble, those companies have a lot of alumni which are now sitting on boards, and they might be great people to start with, just to get more educated about how they've done it, and then also of course maybe make introductions for you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Once you've done that, the next step is to start looking in some detail at the sort of companies that you would be interested in. And as Arno said, some of those companies might be based in Asia, other organizations that have significant operations in Asia. Think long and hard about which sectors you both have an interest in, but also are qualified for. And also think, most importantly, about the reputation of that organization, how it's performing. Going back to what I said at the very beginning, you want an organization that is, dare I say it, quite boring and stable, something that is not going to occupy your mind and become a distraction in between the board meetings, something which you can rely on. And also, run those organizations past other people within your network. Next step, once you've put that together, come and speak to people like ourselves. Make sure that your expectations are realistic. Get a feel for how the market is operating within your chosen geography or chosen sector, and then really begin pushing forward and upskill as much as you can in terms of events, such as this one. It's a pretty good starting point, but also then particular industry events or events that are being put on for prospective board members, or opportunities to meet more senior people. Just one final point, going back to one of Arno's slides on not-for-profit. Again, you should be tactical. So yes, of course, you need an interest in that not-for-profit organization, but also look at the most high-profile not-for-profit. Look at the people involved with it. Most very, very well-known chairs have a not-for-profit organization within their portfolio. If you join the board of one of those, whether as an individual who's also on a public company board, and you do a great job, that will do you no harm at all. This is still a very, very network-orientated market.